Alright guys, what I'm about to show you is something that Bitcoin literally hasn't done for 18 months. This is absolutely huge, and really only the very big traders are going to be paying attention to stuff like this. So I want you guys to really take this extremely seriously. If you're excited for this, do me a favor and smash up the likes as you're coming into this YouTube video, and of course check out the links in the description to get yourself over $10,000 in bonuses when you sign up to the exchanges that I've been using in these markets. Now, here's the deal. I want to cover with you if we're in a kind of bull trap situation or if we can continue rising up, and I have some really nice charts to show you. But the first thing that I want to start this off with is just pointing out again that we've broken out of this daily Ichimoku cloud. If you are subscribed to this YouTube channel and you're a regular viewer, you're already going to know in the previous live stream that I did about 18 hours ago or so that Bitcoin managed to break out of this daily Ichimoku cloud in a very explosive manner. We've got 6 hours left on this daily candle, and it really looks like there's not a lot of time left, so it looks like we're going to end up closing quite significantly above this Ichimoku cloud as well, and that puts Bitcoin, in my opinion, in a very strong place. That is really, really good news. And something else that I want to point out is that this is coming in when we've got rising volume, right? Take a look at this. The volume has been rising quite nicely, even though it's a weekend, which we're going to get to in a little bit. Even though it's in a weekend, it is still a really good sign that we are starting to see that volume rise up for Bitcoin right here as we're getting a breakout, because that's showing us that this could potentially be price action that sticks in the market. You know, a lot of people are showing some general consensus that this kind of price action is okay, and they are accepting this price action, so I like that. That is a very good sign. The other thing though, and the thing that's really big that we haven't done for 18 months, is Bitcoin hasn't broken out of a red Ichimoku cloud for a really long time. Take a look at this. I mean, we've had this red Ichimoku cloud that we've just broken out of now ever since basically the last 216 days. So call it the last 7 months. And by the way, it has just flipped into a bullish cloud. We finally have a bullish cloud right here, which is a really, really significant sign. A lot of people don't understand the Ichimoku cloud or don't give it the time that it deserves. This is probably the best indicator I've ever seen in my life, and I swear by it. I've been using it ever since like 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2018 I started to use it. It completely changed my life, and if you pay attention to it, it might just do the same for you. I've already made a video about it on YouTube, which you can search up by typing this into the YouTube search bar. And you can actually watch my full tutorial on how to get this indicator, how to use it, and so on. And it's also part of the wider 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Academy courses that I've already put out, which you can gain access to by following these steps on screen right here. Very simple, just 3 clicks. The link in the description to my Telegram channel, then click on my name to send me a message from that Telegram channel, and then send me a message. That's it. Ichimoku cloud, incredibly valuable. Now just flipping bullish, which potentially has huge implications. It could generally mean that we're about to enter some sort of a bull market, and I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. I'm just telling you what it could mean. What I think is huge, though, is that we haven't actually broken out of a red cloud since here. The last time that we managed to do this was August of 2021, after the initial big rally to $64,000, the crash down to 28, and then the next rally up to 69. It was only on this next rally here that we managed to get this breakout, which was a very, very strong point for the market, because it shows us that we've managed to break out of a huge area of resistance. Now, we've finally done the same thing right now, and occasions like this are worth paying attention to. In my opinion, we're not just going to be breaking such significant resistance levels by accident or with price action that isn't really going to stick. You guys know for a long time that I've said I'm expecting a $30,000, $40,000 Bitcoin. I said it down when we were at $16,000. All right, I've been saying it the whole time, because bear markets don't go down like this forever without getting, some nice bear market rallies, which is definitely what I think we could be in right now. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a minute, because obviously there are some signs that are extremely concerning with this chart, and trust me, I am not ignoring them. But here's the thing. If we take a look at this chart right here, this shows us the past 4 times that we've actually managed to break out of an Ichimoku cloud that was providing resistance to the market. One was right here in 2021. Another right here in 2020. This was after the big COVID crash of March 2020. Right before that, we had another one in 2020 as well. And before that, we had another one in 2019. This, believe it or not, we're getting old, ladies and gents. This chart stretches back 5 years. Yeah, 2018, that bear market for Bitcoin was half a decade ago. Fuck me. That is scary. Everyone told me that growing up would happen quickly, but they didn't tell me it would happen this quickly. Anyway, kind of crazy to think about, but this chart shows us the past 5 years of price action for Bitcoin, and this has only happened 4 times previously in these 5 years. That's a really, really big deal. Again, if this is going to be a bit of price action that doesn't stick, if this is going to be some price action that just very quickly results in the market dropping back down, I don't think that we would be showing such significant reversal signs. That's just my opinion. We do have some bad signs here. I don't want to, ignore them on this chart right here. This chart right now has clearly produced a parabola. All right, and this chart is slightly outdated, but the market hasn't moved very much ever since the screenshot was taken. We are in a parabola. I mean, we've gotten faster and faster. You can see it extremely clearly. I was warning about it before this thing even went crazy. When we were like over here, I was telling you guys, look, I mean, this isn't, I didn't say sell Bitcoin. I didn't say I'm selling Bitcoin for sure. Obviously, I haven't been selling any Bitcoin other than the Bitcoin that I need to live, because I don't have dollars and stuff like that. I only have Bitcoin. So I've only been selling functional amounts, which I've always been doing for the last 5 or 6 years or whatever. But this to me has been concerning since over here. And unfortunately, it's still quite concerning. Now, the thing is we have finally reached some areas of resistance. Right? I mean, if we go back to the first chart that I was showing you guys, we did manage to break this huge box of resistance that I had drawn previously, but we topped out basically right around where we previously found a top right before that huge FTX crash. So that is something which I think, could definitely signify that we are going to have some trouble in this range, and that this parabola could come to an end. And really, that's the only thing that I'm particularly concerned about with this chart. I mean, there's nothing else that I think is too bad about this. It is just the fact that we've got this parabola, and if we can tone this down, if we can, the best thing to do now would be finding a little bit of support, for example, that would make things okay. Here's the thing. On our 4-hour time frame, for example, we're not really able to establish support. See, one of the problems with rallying up as quickly as we did is, yes, I understand it's exciting and you're getting a little bit of a chubby and stuff like that. That's totally cool. But what we can't do is establish support, right? Look at this on the 4-hour time frame. We don't have any real Ichimoku support on the 4-hour time frame right now. The 1-hour time frame tells us a different story. We have managed to build some support, and it actually is in a really good price area. If we drop 2 horizontal lines, just to show you which price area this stretches between, this is a hugely significant price zone right here. I mean, everything here really is quite significant. So we have horizontal support. That's a fact, right? We already know that. But we haven't managed to build much support with other indicators because we're just moving up too quickly. So this is something to be concerned about. We do have it, like I said, on time frames like the 1 hour, but we don't have it on time frames like the 4 hour. And what we need to see is that transition from very short-term support to slightly longer term support, and then even longer term than that. So if we look at the daily EMA ribbon, for example, we have some progress here. We've got all these bullish crossovers, but look at how far away the EMA ribbons are, the EMA lines are. Our EMA lines are like a whole $3,000 to $4,000 away from our current price. I mean, it's no joke. This is bad. I mean, there's no two ways about it, ladies and gents. Bitcoin, according to these long-term time frames, can only find support if we manage to drop down by like $3,000 to $4,000 right now. So, I don't like that, and that's one of the problems we have when we rally up too quickly. So we need to be very concerned about this. Now, the other thing that this means, though, fortunately, is that we could cut pretty deep, and it wouldn't matter that much. I mean, we could cut pretty deep now and have, a fairly significant drawback of like 13% all the way down to this, previous high. We'd still, I think, be okay. Previously I was saying that this zone would be an important area to find support. And you know what? I still think that that's entirely possible. But now that we've managed to clear so much headroom above that previous high, I don't want to see us lose this high. Previously, when we were trading up here, I was saying it's totally fine if we come down here, because this is I was saying it's totally fine if we come down here because this is a really nice area of support at 17.4. But now we're significantly higher, so I don't want to see us dip down that low. It also ties in a little bit with the analysis that MDX was sharing on this YouTube channel. He showed up on my YouTube channel yesterday. Again, go ahead and check that video out. Check out that live stream as well if you missed out on them. They're still relevant because I was covering these possibilities, especially that live stream that I did about 18 hours ago. Shout out to those of you that are very engaged with these videos. Thank you all so much for supporting this channel through these times, through this bear market. It doesn't go unnoticed. I love you guys all so much. And here's the thing, if we do end up getting a little bit of a pullback, I think now is a good time to start speculating on, where that pullback could come down to. And one of the great tools we have to check that out is a Fibonacci retracement. So if we throw that onto our chart right now, we've got the 382 and 33 levels lining up with the 19,000 to 19.3K level, and the 618 level still actually lining up very, very nicely with that pre-existing support level that I outlined for you previously. In fact, if I put this same Fibonacci retracement on my main Bitcoin chart, what we're going to see, and this is a very messy chart, that's why I'm avoiding using it right now, but if I put this same Fibonacci retracement on this Bitcoin chart, we've got basically what most traders in Bitcoin would consider to be a full reversal down at the 618 retracement, or it's obviously not a full reversal because a full reversal would be coming back down to here, but a good enough reversal where we retrace 61.8% of the rally that we produced, or 66%, because these two levels are very, very important when you put them together, and the same for these two levels. We could see a really nice capture of support down here. So that looks pretty good. 19.1 to 19.4 also lining up here. This looks potentially even better because let's go back to our Bitstamp chart here. It's just a little bit less cluttered, and let's throw that Fibonacci back on. I think we could see something really interesting here if we use the VPVR. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, and we might actually see that there is, right there, look at that. You can see that there's a spike on our VPVR right here. We're ignoring this price action. This is way too far away. There's a big spike on the VPVR right between, you can't make this up, ladies and gents, right between the 382 and the 33 retracement. If we zoom out on this chart a little bit more, we'll probably see that that picture builds even stronger. Look at that. Look at how perfect that is. You can't make this up, guys. This analysis was perfect. I didn't even see this before I started recording, but look at that. We've got a lot of trading activity. This spike means that there's a lot of trading activity at this price level, and that means the market would, generally you'd expect to love to retrace down to here before then potentially continuing up. That to me looks like a really nice buy zone. These are the kind of things that I consider when I'm making trades, and all of that information goes inside of the 𝗬𝗙𝗧 VIP group, which you can join by following these steps on screen. And of course, these are also great opportunities overall in the markets. When you sign up to exchanges like Bybit and Prime XBT with the links in the description down below, you're going to get free cash that you can deploy into the market, and you can trade with it. You can put that cash at risk. You can do whatever you like with it, and if you make money, you can keep those profits. For example, if you were to throw this $5,000 into that position that I just mentioned that I might take, obviously I don't know yet, and I would only tell VIPs if I do. I only talk about my positions publicly afterwards. VIPs get it all straight away. If we just retrace back up to where we were, where we topped out last night, that's a 10% move to the upside, and I'd probably want my stop loss down at 18.4, so that's like 4% loss. I probably wouldn't use more than 5 times leverage. That in itself would be a 50% profit. And using a $5,000, free cash bonus, yes, you can't keep the 5K, but if you threw all of that into a trade like this and assuming it went well, that would still net a $2,500 profit, which you would be using free money to get, but you get to keep the profits. It's a life hack. It's a life hack. Prime XBT offering $7,000. You could do the same thing right here. I'm not saying you should take this trade. Obviously, you shouldn't, because I'm an idiot and I'm also not your financial advisor. But if it is something that you'd be interested in, where you'd like to have some free cash that you can just throw into the market and risk however you like, because it really doesn't matter, just YOLO that shit, throw in a 100x leverage trade, or be super sensible with it and treat it like it's your own money. It's a really, really good opportunity, I think, to be able to get your sleeves rolled up a little bit and get some skin in the game, basically, for basically no cost. So really, really nice opportunities right there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, and then this resistance level up at 30k I think is worth talking about a little bit as well, because we've managed to pump up, you know, and do some quite significant things, and there is resistance up ahead now, but the next major resistance zone is going to be up here, you know, and I think it's worth highlighting that on this YouTube channel now. I don't see any other particularly major resistance for Bitcoin until we get to 30k now. I think it is going to be a difficult path to get there. There is a lot standing between where we are right now and 25, 26k. I think once we're able to get above, if we're able to get above 25, 26k, it should be very easy to get up to 30. I fully believe that. I fully believe that that's the case. But to get there in the first place, to get, you know, to up to these kind of price levels, up to 25, 26, that's going to be pretty difficult, I would imagine, you know? So this is something that I'm still keeping an eye on. This is something that I'm still going to be watching out for. But our next major resistance, because we did manage to break 20k. I mean, you can see how much trading activity there is down here. You know, you don't have that much trading activity at any other price level on the chart. We can still use the VPVR to visualize this. If we zoom out and look at this on the daily time frame, and we just really try to grasp what's been going on over this last couple of years. All right, this is a little bit too zoomed out. We look at this chart right here. There's a big spike on the VPVR right here. I can make this even easier to visualize. See, there's a big spike on the VPVR right here. And then there isn't anything comparative to that until we get back to 30k. We get a little bit of a spike right here. 23 definitely seems to be a problematic area for Bitcoin. Once we get past that, the real big problems for Bitcoin, I think, would start again at 30k. So that's something that I'm going to be watching out for very, very closely. I think a lot of liquidity will be looking to exit the market up here. A lot would probably be looking to exit the market up here. But right now, we've cleared the bulk of what was bad. So to me, that's also a really, really good sign. All within the context of a market that's risen up too quickly. So it needs to cool off. You know, and if it doesn't mean it will cool off. You know, one of the things I said previously is even a few days ago when I was saying the same thing is the market's quite irrational right now, right? So it could just blast straight through because that's just what the market's doing right now. You can literally rewind it. It's in one of the shorts on my YouTube channels actually that I said that. You know, it's you know, it's something that Bitcoin does at times like this. It's just the fact of the market, but that doesn't mean it would be naive to expect some sort of correction, whether that correction means the price drops or the price just trades sideways. Both would be good enough because both represent pain. If the market moves sideways, we feel pain because we're bored. If the market moves, and we have anxiety. If the market moves down, we feel pain because we're losing money, right? Either of them are totally fine. It gives the market some opportunities for liquidity that wants to exit, and for buyers to absorb that selling pressure so that we can then continue on upwards, right? Once we exhaust, the reason this happens is once we exhaust our selling pressure, the only thing left is buying pressure, right? So if we only have buying pressure left, then the price must rise up. That's really, you know, I mean, with no selling pressure and only buying pressure remaining in the market, we can only pump up, right? Pretty logical argument to make. So that's what I'm looking at right now. These are really, really big signs. The Ichimoku cloud breakout is huge because we just haven't seen much of this at all over the last 5 years. And that, to me, is something that I'm going to be very much excited to see how it continues to develop. I'm going to be coming at you with a lot more content as these days go on. We're going to be doing live streams as well. This YouTube channel is in full swing right now. And if you're excited for it like I am, do me a favor if you haven't already and smash up those likes. Double check that you're subscribed. A lot of you watch these videos but aren't subscribed. YouTube will not recommend this content to you as often as you want it to if you don't hit that subscribe button. And also check that bell icon if you haven't done so already. Take advantage of these over $10,000 in bonuses with Bybit and Prime XBT with the links down below. And join 𝗙𝗪𝗡ly's VIP and the Academy free with that for most of you guys by following these steps on screen. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. You know exactly what to do. And I'm out. Cheers.